Hi everyone, welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. We are down at BD Riley's today after a 3-0 thumping of Man United. Playing Man United away is tough, especially the game of the season. It came too quickly for me. I was telling my mate Glenn, I'm not ready for this, but I'm so ready to talk about this now. I've got Matthew and Jono with me, and we're all sitting here well happy.
Delighted, mate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm always nervous before a United game. It doesn't matter, especially an away game, but any game, because it's so painful when you lose. But
our last few games against them have been so tough to handle, and so early in the season under somebody new system and everything. But they look brilliant today. They looked amazing.
I think it's good, after last season, we drew twice. We obviously lost to them in the FA Cup. That was they went on to win the FA Cup. I hope this derails Man United's season, for the next 10 years. But Slot, for me, he's not changed the lineup for the last 3 games, and well played for that. I just think these 11 players are playing really well together, especially the front 3. Diaz, like we were talking, he has those 1 or 2 instances where he has the easy pass to Robbo or someone else, and he just plays it against the defender, and 10 seconds later United have the ball halfway up the pitch. So it is frustrating to see that, but he scores 2 goals today.
And he's scored every game. He's been outstanding. I don't know if the Barcelona talk, I don't know what that was about, but he's here and he's looking amazing.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see him do that. I know it's frustrating sometimes for him not to take that easy pass that's there, but I love his belief in himself, that he thinks that he can always beat the man, that he thinks that he can always go on the dribble, go around somebody and make something happen. And I think you need that in teams a lot, where you have somebody that has that belief in themselves that they're going to make something happen. And I think we remember the times that it doesn't happen and it gets frustrating. The times that it does happen, it's freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's great to you check social media as we do, while we're watching the game. Oh, Diaz, and then he scores that brilliant header. The assist, I think, needs to go to Dom.
What a brilliant duck!
For just going, I'm not going to head this. I'm going to let Diaz go for it.
Fair play to Diaz too for staying with it, because when somebody comes across in front of you, you can switch off.
The focus was dead on. Plus, it was a tough header. To be honest, and that when that first goal went in. Well, the first goal was obviously chalked for offside for Mo, but I just love how we're playing. It's this control. We went from heavy metal football with Klopp, and I think the last 1 or 2 years it was just open season. It's we'll score more than you, and we were so open. Slot's got us playing more compact, more control, and I like that. It's a different. I think too many people are trying to kind of say, well, Klopp did this, Slot's not this. Well, you know what? That's what I want. I want a different manager.
Sure.
Shankly, for instance. Everyone thought after Shanks, Liverpool were dead and buried. Right. And then Paisley pops up, Mr. Quiet, and he wins more than Shankly. So I think people just writing off Slot already. He's going to get sacked by Christmas. I think the only Dutch manager that's going to get sacked by Christmas, I think we all know, is Ten Hag.
I'm a little worried that we might have brought that up a little, because I'd like for him to stay there a little bit longer.
Give him some time.
Just like Solskjaer, keep him in the job for as long as possible. But I'm just liking the back 4 look much more better. Trent, I don't think he's going forward as much. And from what I read, Slot told Trent, if you go forward, once you're forward, you run your arse all the way back. And I noticed he was doing that.
Well, the big thing for me is like the first 25 minutes in the game, we weren't great. We kind of had moments where we were just turning the ball over too easily or whatever. But when we do turn the ball over, last season it was like almost like a guaranteed goal. But this season, however we're set up, it's like, yeah, we'll turn the ball over, but we're ready.
Yeah, there's always somebody behind to cover for somebody else if they lose the ball in the midfield.
Yeah, we're still creating just about the same amount of chances. Somehow, magically, he's managed to, as Rafa used to say, stretch the sheet.
Yeah.
Somehow he's managing to cover both ends.
Well, with that 2 back, we've looked so strong in the midfield, I think, in the first 3 games. Mm-hmm. And with one of them having the license to go forward when they need to, but they win the ball so often in the midfield in this game that it creates so many opportunities.
We need to talk about Gravenberch.
That is true. He was amazing today. He was all over the place. Somebody said that they thought he invented teleportation during the match today because he was everywhere, literally everywhere on the pitch, and he just looked so strong, both on and off the ball.
This was probably his biggest test against a good team. People were
against a what?
Well,
oh, come on.
Fair enough. First 2 games, people are saying, well, okay, he's done quite well, against bottom half teams, let's face it. Whether United finish in the top half remains to be seen. But
it doesn't matter, you play United, they could be bottom of the league.
It's always going to be a tough match.
It's on the day, who's better.
Absolutely.
And we were clearly better. The Grav, again, so many people have been like, this chain of thought of like, we need a 6, we need a number 6. When we don't really play as a number 6.
No.
We don't play Fabinho, an enforcer.
Right.
And I think we've got to get behind this team. Like early this morning, again, as we do, the first thing you do is check social media for some reason, because that's the kind of time we live in. And people just still going on about transfers. Get behind the team. Transfers are done. It's over. Stop whinging. All right. We didn't get a number 6. We didn't get a centre back. I wanted a centre back. I kind of wanted a 6.
Right.
Because I want some new faces in. But this team right now is playing really, really well. And I think last season, some of these players didn't know what position they were playing.
Right.
And we're all over the place.
Yeah.
While they know, Slot has given them, this is the job you do. And what I saw today is they're doing the job really well.
It's much more controlled, much more deliberate on how they play and what they do with the ball, and everybody knows where they're going and where they're supposed to be, and I agree with that.
Finally, right? Yeah. It's nice to watch our team not going, me, you, you, no, what? You need to, no, all right, let's do it, but let's talk about the goals.
Remind me of the first goal. It's been a while.
Diaz. The cross.
Yeah.
Cross. I mean, it was so great because there are 3 players involved with that. Gravenberch gets the ball, then he gets it out wide to Mo, and Mo puts that perfect cross in, and then it's a great header at the end. So, I mean, I love the lead up to the goal, winning the ball, then getting it to Gravenberch. Gravenberch having the vision to see the wide player, and then getting the perfect weight on the cross in. And then, as you said, Sosbolai basically getting the hockey assist by not getting in the way. So it was a brilliant goal. It comes again from us winning the ball in the midfield.
Right.
And I think hopefully we'll see a lot more of that this season. And I just thought it was a beautiful header, difficult header. And I expect Jota to finish those kind of headers. I don't especially expect Diaz to finish those kind of headers. But it was very, very pretty in the end.
It's the hair dye, I think.
Yet again, Salah, I mean, God, I think I read that all but 1 goal that we've scored out of 7 this season, he's either scored or assisted every single one except one, and he was involved in the lead up to that one as well. I mean, it seems easy, that little chip to Diaz, but A lot of players won't find that, the cross blocked or whatever. He's just phenomenal still.
Well, it's easy to chip Martinez. He's only like 5'4". But I mean, there was so much space for us.
Yeah.
Like, Grav, to me, just glided like butter.
Yeah.
He's his best game so far.
Absolutely.
It was a sight to see for me. You know, I like I said, I didn't expect this Liverpool to show up today. I need to trust him more. You know, that's what we need to do. We need to start trusting Slot. You know, his substitutions again, spot on.
Yeah. I was hoping that I thought that Sosbolai looked a little gassed, and Gravenberch as well towards the last 15-20 because they had put so much into the match, and I was wondering if he would bring on somebody in the midfield there to replace them, and he decided to go a more defensive route with his substitutions, which I understand. I think it helped solidify when we were looking a little shaky the last 10 minutes or so. So I totally get it, but I was a little concerned. I think the true test of what our season will look like is going to come when we're not having one game a week anymore. Because I don't know if we have the depth to mount a title charge and a charge for all the cups that we're in at the same time. So how he manages his substitutions is going to be something interesting for me to see as the season goes on.
Well, I think that he started right. I mean, last week this big hoopla has been made of Trump. Trump. Oh my God. Well, there's a lot of hoopla about Trump. Trent. You know, after 70 minutes taking him off, that no footballer wants to be sold, unless they just don't want to play.
I wouldn't want to meet
football.
the footballer on our team that wanted to be sold.
He, you know, Trent did huffing and puffing. Slot came over, said, "Look," whatever he said in his ear was like, "Just stop it." Like, you know, you are going to play probably nearly every game this season. I need you to like have some minutes where you just stop playing. He's just I can't say enough about Slot, what I've just seen of him. He's just getting his head down and just, you know, Pete, all right, this is what makes me laugh. Some people complaining that he doesn't go over to the away fans and, you know, applauds them or fist bumps and stuff. Again, he's not Klopp. He's Mr. Quiet Man. And today, you know, obviously went over there and clapped. I'm not all about that.
No.
I'm all about what Klopp
business.
Slot does on the training pitch, and then what he does in proper games. And so far, he's spot on.
I mean, in my heart of hearts, you know, I want that talismanic manager. I want, you know, it's why I loved Klopp. It's why I love Kenny. It's why I love a lot of the managers that we've had, because they are that to the community and to the. Bye. Yes, thank you.
He's got fans. We don't.
Chop liver over here.
But you know, if Slot continues to put together the team the way that he has, and it continues to go the way that it has, I will take that very, you know, less talismanic demeanor for the results that he brings.
100%.
You know, because that's what's most important in the end.
Yeah, it's results. At the end of the day, it's results, and results matter. But all three goals were just absolutely brilliant. But I'm like you, I'm trying to think like who scored when. I know Diaz scored the header.
And Diaz again.
Okay, Diaz's second is a lovely finish, to be fair. He's kind of fallen away to bend that ball in first time, and then Salah's finishes lovely too. First time hits it. I think normally Salah takes a touch and tries to beat his guy and come back on the inside. I love that he just first timed that.
I think more of our players could learn from that.
Unlike Dom.
Szoboszlai could learn a little bit from taking that first time.
I'm not sure how he took a golden XG on that. Was probably
twice.
0.8 or something.
Yeah.
He made it into 0.1.
He could have scored again. He just took too many touches. But
he was great. He was great. But those chances were a little frustrating.
So, man of the match.
I mean, it's tough not to give it to Diaz or Mo. Diaz had 2 goals, Mo 2 assists and a goal. But for me, I think it's going to be Gravenberch because 100%. I think he made everything happen today. He was just so strong in the midfield. He was strong everywhere that he showed up. I thought he was great winning the ball. I thought that he had excellent vision. I think that he sets up a lot of the good things that happened today. So I think for me, it's going to be Gravenberch with the man of the match.
Go on.
No, I have nothing. I just wanted to hear. I wanted to follow up. Yes, Gravenberch for sure.
You just wanted to get on camera.
Yes. Hello.
Come on. Well, you're there now, so you might.
No, Gravenberch did an amazing job. I didn't last year compared to last year. I was still kind of up in the air. Gravenberch, and then he started like playing, and I was like, oh shit! I didn't expect him to be that good. Like, just I'm like, okay, he'd be a great sub. But I didn't expect him to be like a starter.
He knows
and
nothing
I think he's
about
been an amazing job.
You know nothing about football.
Well, I don't watch other leagues. I watch Premier League. So, fuck it, Scouser.
Gravenberch, anyway.
I'm out.
100% Gravenberch for me. I think it was fucking immense.
Yeah, same for me as well. He did the job and he did it really, really well.
I think it was we were saying before, I think it was his first big test against decent opposition, and he was just everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm loving.
Toby Mainu can just go back home. He should have been sent off. How he's playing for England, I don't know, but.
Well, there's, again, there's too much hype around that lad.
Right.
Like, I don't think he did too much for England either.
Right.
They needed somebody to come in, and he.
Although I would love to see a little bit more of Casemiro, please.
I mean,
how that guy's still starting for them after?
Well, how do you have the 2 subs warming up, Evans and Slabhead?
I mean, they're older than I am,
right?
So.
And Slabhead comes on, like the demise of Man United is
glorious.
It's glorious and lovely.
I hope it continues, but I hope Liverpool continue doing what they're doing. Only thing that's a bit crap is. We've got the international break now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which kind of, we're just hoping nobody comes back injured.
Yeah.
And I never understand the international break during the season.
Not this early in the season,
especially when there's not a competition.
Right.
It's bizarre, but
How do y'all feel about the Champions League draw?
Well, it's basically half the Super League.
It's weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah, we're almost
everyone that didn't want the Super League.
Yeah, we got it anyway.
This is basically half the Super League.
Yeah.
I feel like we should comfortably win 5 of those 8 matches. I think we only have 3 that I'm really worried about: AC Milan, Leverkusen, and Madrid. But Madrid and Leverkusen are at home. They're at Anfield, so
I think we've got.
Yeah, but we remember the last time we had Madrid at home.
That's true.
And then we have City right after.
Yeah.
I think we've got one. I haven't looked at where they fall, but didn't we have one game that falls between Chelsea and another hard game? I don't know which one it is.
Arsenal. We've got Chelsea and Arsenal.
I don't know what the game is between that, but hopefully it's a weaker team.
But I mean, you want to play the best teams in Europe, and
to beat them all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. We've got the harder ones at home. So,
True.
and United play on what? Thursday nights?
Yeah.
So good luck to them. We play Tuesdays and Wednesdays, finally again. But
it definitely helps my weekend a lot. Saturday matches are much better than Sunday matches.
True.
Yeah, but it's Champions League is like I think we can get through it. You got to put your big boy pants on.
We do need to try and avoid those extra games. Is the other thing. So
it's just mental. We look at these players as superhumans, and they're not. They're just regular human beings that can play football really well, and it's four extra games for them. As fans, we want to see those extra games. We do. But like 4 extra games in a season, that's tough. And we do have a small squad, but like I was saying, we got rid of quite a few youngsters, right? and some of them just needed to. Pubchat needs to go out on loan. He was out for 18 months. I don't know why people are complaining. Yeah, what's he going to do? Sit on the bench? Get him out there. He's playing. He's hopefully going to play for Pep, and Pep's going to give him minutes. Bobby Clark probably went to the gaffer, went, "Can you guarantee me this amount of minutes?" It wasn't going to happen, so he was like, "I don't want a loan." Right. So sell me. Got a good, sell-on clause. Carvalho, not good enough for Liverpool. I'm sorry, he's not.
I agree.
And 27 million.
That's a
fantastic,
brilliant bit of business.
Edwards still doing
Edwards
doing a Solanke deal years ago. Brilliant bit of business, and that's paid for Chiesa, which I'm really happy about. Right. We've got the future of our goalkeeper sorted already. It'll be sad to see probably Kelleher. I would think Kelleher leaves next summer.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said with the youngsters, people are mad that we got rid of these youngsters, but we've kept Morton, and then people are pissed off that we've kept him. So I'm like,
some people are never happy.
Yeah, I mean,
some people just like to win.
He's done well, and obviously Morton will probably get, and with Endo, will get minutes in the League Cup, the FA Cup, and depending on where we are in the Champions League, we'll probably get games. So I'm not too bothered, but you got to back our players, and I'm just tired of the same old crap. Like, he's not good. Morton's not good enough. You know what? You won't know until.
How do you know? Yeah. I mean, he's looked good the last couple of seasons where he's been on loan. Yeah, it's a lower level, but that's all you can do is play to
confidence.
The level.
Confidence. But again, 3-0 against United away, absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
We're all going to be happy. Have a great day.
I mean, it's really a perfect weekend. We won. United lost. The Blue Shite lost. I'm going to miss you.
In the most beautiful way.
Kiss. So this international break, I'll be riding high the whole time until we get to the next.
Do we want to talk about the news?
I guess.
It's the only thing that's going to bring me down.
Well, it seems like Salah did an interview after the game and brought up this is his last season at Liverpool. Producer's shaking his head. Look.
We have more
breaking news.
Yes, this is my last year at Liverpool. This is what Salah says. Wait.
Keep going down. Until a contract
gets signed. No one at the club has spoken to me about contracts, so I'm just like, okay, I'm playing my last season and see what happens.
Okay.
So I did wonder if what he was saying was basically a way to put a fire into somebody and say, hey, talk to me. Because I think he wants to
negotiating tactic. Well played.
It's not up to me, but nobody's talked to me from the club. We will see.
But nobody's talked to Virgil as well.
Right.
As he says, nobody's talked to Trent.
The one thing that I think has changed maybe a few years ago with Salah, I don't know, I'm just reading into the vibes, but I think at one point he maybe did consider leaving, but as of 2 years ago, I think he really changed his mind and decided, I want to just finish here, I want to break all the freaking records.
Yeah.
And I think he's desperate to stay.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think Mo is hyper competitive, and the idea of being the best that Liverpool has ever seen really drives him and lights a fire. And it's why I've always thought that he would sign and stay. I was very surprised when I heard that he might be going. So I hope that does also lights a fire into somebody in the front office and they get a deal done.
Well, it's still early too. Yeah. I mean, it's September 1st, and I think we'd love for all three of them to sign. Yeah. And I just think, maybe in a month or two they'll all sign. That's.
I hope so.
Please come on, please. But all three of them are just absolutely boss players.
Well, Salah just looks like he
looks fitter than I've seen him in a long time.
Right. He's playing different than he used to, but he's just as effective.
That's what's so impressive about him.
That takedown he did with the side of his boot. I'm like,
he's just as effective, if not more. I mean, he's creating and involved in every single goal we score.
And Van Dijk, we had this conversation. Van Dijk is the first one on my list that you need to re-sign.
The absolute needle today when Fernandes went down and he just reached a little loving scratch on the back of his neck. It was just so great. I loved it so much.
Well, they were falling down, weren't they?
There was a moment when we went 3-0 up. They were just trying to kick lumps out of us. They were done, which they've done every time we've hammered them recently. They just start kicking us. It was great to see.
Yeah, again, 3-0 against United, third match of the season, top of the league, clean sheets. That's what you want. It'll give Becker, it'll give the back four confidence. I mean, that's what you want. I think we missed it last season because we couldn't seem to keep a clean sheet.
And it doesn't give other teams confidence or last season it was like every team was like, hey, just go at Liverpool the first 30 minutes.
Exactly.
You'll get something.
So, I think a lot last season we were not effective at breaking down opposing teams' presses. And as other teams saw that, it became a tactic that teams used more and more against us. So I think as this season goes on, with the more controlled style of football, being better at breaking down opposing presses, I think we will see teams employ that less against us, and I think that's a good thing. I think.
We try and null and void the counter.
Yeah.
This season I think we did it really well. One or two times United kind of got in.
Sure.
But I thought we did it really well. But I'm well happy. It's going to be a good day in my house, and I'm sure yours. But thanks everyone for listening. Please like and subscribe, put your notifications on. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Jono. Thank you everyone coming down the pub. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.